Hello there, and welcome back to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 2. We are a couple of episodes away from the Elimination Chamber, and well and truly on the road to WrestleMania. Still some business to attend to before then, as qualifying for the Elimination Chamber will continue in its various shapes and forms, as we have a qualifying match here this evening. And your main event will feature Big E, who's staring and pointing at us right now in a huge six-man tag match, which I'm very much looking forward to. But before we get there, Seth Rollins is wanting to open the show this week with an open challenge. And the call has been answered. He's putting the title on the line. And look who has answered the call.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Television Championship.
Seth feeling good on his recent run of form. But will he be feeling good come the end of this match? As marching his way down to the ring is Big Bronson Reed, who must be feeling majorly pissed off after having lost his opportunity to get into the Elimination Chamber to Roman Reigns. Immediately he sets his sights on more championship success. Once the opportunity has presented itself, I feel like if there was a line, Bronson probably just bouldered his way through it and got straight to the front, and who's going to argue with him? As in a rematch from WrestleMania last year, but this time with very different stakes. Bronson Reed will be taking on Seth Rollins for the Television Championship. And Bronson must be feeling somewhat impressed, as the man he's taking on still held that championship nearly a full calendar year ago. Will Bronson be the man to be able to take down the architect Seth Rollins, the founding father of FDW, against the monster of FDW? Last time these two went one-on-one was at WrestleMania, with both titles on the line. Seth Rollins was victorious on that occasion, dethroning the Beast. This time, Bronson has nothing to lose, and all the prestige to gain, as Bronson looks to start his own dominant title reign.
Introducing the challenger from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in.
Will Seth Rollins be the first notch on the belt for Bronson Reed? So many men have stepped up to Seth and tried to take it. Gunter, LA Knight, CM Punk. Tyler Breeze, Big E, Karrion Kross, Drew McIntyre, and many others. There's the bell. Bronson immediately out the gates, not wanting a repeat of WrestleMania. He can't afford this many blips on his CV. Bronson now in control, as it is a big fight field to kick things off on FDW. He feels in control, he's feeling himself, and throwing his weight around, quite literally in this case. It would be a huge way for Bronson to re-cement himself back here on the purple brand as he looks for a cover. Only a 1 count on this occasion. Seth Rollins' year-long title reign, over a year now, perhaps drawing to a close. As Seth called for this, he held the open challenge, wondering if there was anyone who could step to him. And of course, Bronson answered the call as he drops a huge knee off the top rope as he calls for the Kalimar. And plays with his food. Bronson Reed now in control of Rollins, but Rollins senses the senton coming, gets the knees up. So many others fallen to the wayside in Seth's title reign. Bray Wyatt, Chad Gable in Season 1, Bron Breakker, Jimmy getting in all sorts of the wrong territories here, and we've seen that become more and more common from the referee. Getting into the parts of town where he does not want to be. Do not anger the beast, Bronson Reed, especially when you get Seth Rollins into a tree of woe. Seth, with a cheeky kick there, able to kick out and get back in control. The only two men to have ever really given Bronson Reed much of a challenge. One of them is in the ring right now, and the other is in the Elimination Chamber, Roman Reigns. Yes, Sheamus also did so in Season 1. But Seth Rollins with a flying crossbody. Cementing his legacy, going high risk again off the next turnbuckle. And the glitch in reality there might have just saved Seth Rollins as he comes off the second turnbuckle with a double axe handle. And again, Seth thinks about going high risk. The high risk this evening was putting the championship on the line in the first place. But retaining would just further cement his legacy. A legacy that doesn't really need any further cementing. Seth thinks about going to the top again, but comes down. Very wise from Rollins. So he thinks about what to do next. Ref begins the count. And Seth, the thinking man's champion, he knows he has the advantage here. Kick to the midsection, hooks the arms, there's the pedigree, which busts Bronson Reed open in the process. And Seth, on the outside, hits the stomp, but Bronson sees it coming and hits a reversal, launching him skyward into the cutter, and Bronson now in control. Busted open, the blood rage setting in on the beast. Count of 4 now from the ref as they roll back between the ropes. Bronson sensing the end, but Seth, catching him off guard, hits the curb stomp and drives his head into the mat. Could this be 3? A count of 2.5. Usually that's enough. Seth has defeated so many a superstar as part of his reign. One of them being Bronson Reed, where he claimed the World Championship. A victory here this evening would prove that it wasn't a one-off, that it was not a fluke. As he goes for the Phoenix splash off the top rope, Bronson senses it coming, rolls out of the way, picks Seth Rollins up, knocks him down, drags him to his feet and into a huge suplex. This is not where Seth wants to be as Bronson comes crashing down. Huge clubbing blow to the back of Seth Rollins. Another suplex. And Rollins has got to be hurting. And oh dear, we've seen it before. Could it be Tsunami from Bronson Reed crashing onto Seth Rollins? Kick out at 2 from Rollins. And what is Bronson going to have to do? Is he going to need to dig out the bronze slot? as he wrenches Seth Rollins from the ground and flips him back down. He tees him up. He gets him up, and this could be it. There's the Bronslort right onto the top of Seth's head, enough to break anyone's neck. There's the 1, there's the 2, and the new television champion,
Here is your winner,
Bronson Reed.
WWE Television Champion, Bronson Reed.
And the air has been sucked out the room. I am left speechless as Bronson Reed has claimed championship gold once again here on FDW, and that is a picture that speaks 1,000 words. What a way to kick things off here on FDW, the landscape changing completely as the locker room put on notice. From one locker room to the other. Women's action now. Champion Fallon Henley, who has a championship match at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It was announced last week that she'll be defending her title against anybody who can defeat her en route to the Chamber. Last week she came out victorious against Cora Jade in quite dominant fashion, I must say. But prior to that, she had lost to both Tiffany Stratton and Liv Morgan. So as it stands, it's going to be a triple threat match at the pay-per-view for the FDW Women's Championship. But Henley taking on Chelsea Green here this evening. If Chelsea wins, she will be added to the match to make it a fatal four-way. Last time out, we alluded to the fact that multi-man matches seem to be Fallon Henley's speciality.
From Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Chelsea Green.
But she can't really afford to be stacking the odds against her any more than she already has. Fair play to Henley. She is a fighting champion. She's taking on all comers. And immediately looking to get the job done early against Chelsea Green on the 1 count. She now wrenches through on Chelsea Green, grabbing at the neck, using those legs to her advantage as leverage almost. Still to come this evening, your main event, which is a huge 6-man tag match, as the New Day will be taking on Imperium. Imperium in a bit of a different looking formation at the moment after last week, where Ilya Dragunov defeated Gunter to secure a spot in the Elimination Chamber. It will be Dragunov flanked by Kaiser and Vinci in the main event, taking on all 3 members of the New Day. Woods, E, and Kingston. Still some action, brawling to the outside now with the women, as Henley in control of Chelsea Green. Sizing her up. Ref with a count of 5. And a victory in any means will secure a spot in the match for Chelsea Green. Likewise, it would secure her Fallon Henley's odds as she hits a massive elbow drop off the top rope. Henley now with a big shoulder barge, smacking the arm off the rope, off the floor. Instantly sizing her up and hitting a big boot there to Chelsea Green. Running Bulldog. Such a lovely offense there from Fallon Henley as Jimmy slides into position, looks to make the count. And there it is. The title match remains a triple threat. 2 wins, 2 losses for Fallon Henley. It seems she's finding her feet as women's champion with momentum on her side. She's doing well. A fan favourite. Qualifying match now for the Elimination Chamber. We saw him in action last week. Karrion Kross in singles action against Drew McIntyre. That match ended in quite a bizarre fashion, as it looked like it was the Fiend, but not as the Fiend as if we'd seen him before. Kind of interjecting himself at the end and laid out both Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross. But Kross not one to be deterred. After a stellar performance, finds himself in qualifying action, but he'll need to overcome LA Knight. LA Knight afforded this opportunity after being a bit of a standout of the Body Warmers, FDW's newest tag team. They've come up short recently in a losing effort against Imperium. The name escaped me there for a second. But LA Knight still looking for that breakout singles moment.
And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight.
Always a fan favourite here on FDW is LA Knight. Winner of this match will be joining Roman Reigns, Kofi Kingston, Tommaso Ciampa and Ilya Dragunov inside the Elimination Chamber for a shot at the FDW World Championship. Knight immediately putting Kross to work. Kross and FDW original all the way back in season 1. Never had that single success. Squandering opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Could argue the same for LA Knight. Not converting the opportunity in singles action, nor converting it in tag action. Will tonight be the difference maker? One thing's for sure, one man will break a losing streak here this evening. That's unless, of course, they ended a double count out. Jimmy nearly getting in the way again of an Irish whip, but seems to have learned and got out the way of the oncoming storm that is Karrion Kross. Big beat down there from LA Knight. Knight all wrapped up by Karrion Kross. He looks to get the cover done. Count of 2 and a kick out from LA Knight. And Kross now using those pinfalls to his advantage, just making LA Knight expend his energy as he hits a massive powerbomb on him. Every kick out attempt takes it out of LA Knight. He knows this, if Kross can wear him down and weather the storm, he could find himself with an opportunity at a World Championship. Kross beating down LA Knight now, and that's 2 seasons worth of frustration. Not able to have that big breakout performance. Former champion, of course, winning the tag championships at WrestleMania last year. He's looking to make WrestleMania his playground, it would appear, if Kross can convert as he hits the ball and prey onto LA Knight, or a big Alabama slammer rather. Gets Knight up for a huge powerbomb, and again, just utter brutality from Karrion Kross here. Count of 3 from the ref as we head back towards the ropes. Kross perhaps a little bit too eager to showboat, not breaking the count as Knight heads to the top rope. It's a count of 6. Both men perched. Knight with a huge drop kick off the top rope to the outside, and it's high risk manoeuvres that make him so fun to watch. And he's going to need to be high risk if he's going to be stepping into the Elimination Chamber. Knight in control, thinks about sizing it up into a huge dropkick to the outside. The veteran LA Knight. Again, apologies for the cough. Count of 2, and this time Knight taunting from the outside, needs to think about breaking the count. Knight taunting Kross to get him up. Kick to the midsection, BFT from Knight to Kross, and that could be all she wrote. Kick out at 2 from Karrion Kross. And it seems that Kross is finding that new fighting spirit that he's gonna need. Quick successive strikes from Knight now, but Kross senses it coming, gets him up with a ripcord. Onto the top. Fall and prey. This could be 3. Kick out at 2 from LA Knight, and the FDW faithful are getting their money's worth here. That's what it means to both of these men. Digging so deep just for an opportunity at an opportunity. This is merely step 1 for so many a superstar. Knight throwing Kross around. Kross targeting the arm of LA Knight, looking to remove that power. Kross to the top rope. Comes flying with the elbow drop right into the heart of LA Knight, and that could be all she wrote. Kick out at 2 from LA Knight, and this is an utter war between these two. What is it going to take? Frustrated kicks now from Karrion Kross. Knight fighting back to his feet. Whipping Karrion Kross in the top left corner, following it up with a lariat. That might have been the final nail in the coffin. That's enough. In a hard-fought victory, LA Knight punches his ticket to the Elimination Chamber.
Here is your winner, LA Knight.
He will join Roman Reigns, Kofi Kingston, Tommaso Ciampa, and Ilya Dragunov. There is still one spot left to fill, which will be decided next week on FDW. But before any of that, huge 6-man tag action featuring 2 members of the Elimination Chamber match in Kofi Kingston and Ilya Dragunov. As the New Day stand waiting in the ring, We can skip the pleasantries. But Imperium coming out. In a unified front, and that is that's a team you don't see very often, holding all the gold. And it looks like Ilya Dragunov leading from the front as Kaiser and Vinci march on. After last week,
Ilya Dragunov, Giovanni Vinci, and Ludwig Kaiser. Imperia!
all three men holding the championship. Now we've seen New Day on a bit of a run of form, having recently defeated the Usos in tag action. Perhaps they're the ones looking to step up next and challenge Imperium. You've got to think a victory here this evening in any way, shape or form for New Day will help their chances. Also got to be thinking that Xavier Woods has got a beady eye on Ilya Dragunov after Dragunov tore the Cruiserweight Championship away from him. Lots to play for in this match. But this is a chance for Imperium to solidify themselves atop two divisions. Big E now just throwing the Cruiserweight Champion around. And that's why weight classes matter when it comes to the Cruiserweight Championship. But do not let Dragunov's Cruiserweight deceive you. He hits incredibly hard and can take a lot of punishment. Woods now into the ring with Ilya Dragunov, and Dragunov starting this matchup not yet tagged out, looking to prove that he can lead Imperium moving forward as he hits a massive almighty boot onto Xavier Woods and follows it up with a sucker punch to Big E, a good boot. Woods using the ropes to his advantage, tying up Ilya Dragunov. Woods sending Dragunov skywards and looks to get an early pinfall here over the Cruiserweight Champion, which would be huge for his career. Dragunov with the tag now to Giovanni Vinci. Woods removing Ilya Dragunov from the ring and then doing a similar thing to Giovanni Vinci and then following that with a massive dive over the top rope. Big leg sweep there from Woods to Giovanni Vinci. Vinci in control of the matchup with a big drop kick, and yes, Vinci may be in a higher weight class, but he does have such cruiserweight-like tendencies, able to fly around the ring with the best of them. Kofi now, legal man against Giovanni Vinci. It's a leg drop to the outside onto the back of Vinci's neck, and that has got to hurt. But Vinci immediately back to his feet, shrugging it off. The absolute pro that he is. Kofi with the reversal on Vinci. Gets him into their corner. Big monkey toss there as he goes off the second and top turnbuckle and looks for a cover. Only a 1 count. It's going to take more than that. And more than that in this case is Big E, as Kofi makes the tag. Vinci though with the reversal. Things breaking down in a hurry as the New Day are all over the place. Miscommunication. But Big E capitalises with a lariat as Vinci gets back into the ring, right into his clutches. Big splash into the corner from Big E. He looks to get the pinfall. Only a 1 count. Big tag there from Giovanni Vinci to Ilya Dragunov, who hits a huge flying uppercut to Big E, busting him open in the process. Looks to make the pin, but Kofi makes the save. Mad scramble here. Ludwig Kaiser, still fresh as a daisy, yet to join this matchup. And it seems that Dragunov and Vinci have got things in control and speak it into existence. Dragunov tags in Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser now the legal man, as Vinci looks to vacate the, as Dragunov rather looks to vacate the ring. Kaiser all over Big E. Quick flurry of strikes and a suplex. Count of 1. Kaiser looking to get a cheap shot in on Kofi Kingston, manages to do so on Xavier Woods. Before flinging Kofi to the outside. E back between the ropes. Needs to get some momentum. Running knee there from Ludwig Kaiser, who hits a Death Valley driver. And that was all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Fairly straightforward affair for Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser just absolutely mopping up with Big E. As valiant effort from the New Day, but Imperium dangerously standing tall in what was another great episode of FDW, I thought. Absolute banger of a match between Cross and LA Knight, the latter of whom has secured his ticket. Fallon Henley going from strength to strength, and of course the biggest shocker of probably the season so far, your new television champion, Bronson Reed. What this means moving forward, even I do not know. But stay tuned, as next week we will be deciding the final entrant into the Elimination Chamber match. So stay tuned, I'm looking forward to it, and I very much hope you are too. See you soon.